Yesterday, a lot changed in the markets with CPI dropped below their forecasts. Welcome to Pony Talks. I'm Crypto Pony. I will take you along with the news that happened like yesterday with inflation numbers went down big time. Why is this important? You will see it directly on the charts what happened exactly with inflation went down big time. So first of all, inflation is down. Yes, that's correct. But also know that the war is still going on. So oil prices will tank again. So let's see what numbers will say in the next months as well, because the numbers right now are always a little bit late. So we will see in the next month what CPI will say on the numbers. So first of all, here you see the arrow when it happened. So it was around 2:30, and what happened immediately? We had a price change of approximately, if we go to the highest point, 3.8, 3.75%, which is huge in Bitcoin. So this is a really nice pump for the market. But then again, it's not that I'm already saying, oh, we are in a bull market again. No, for me, it's still bear market territory. We're not out of the woods yet, in my opinion. But this news was surprisingly insane, in my opinion, because we did not see a move like this happening in like 6 years approximately for CPI falling so low. But how can you find this news? This is also really important because I can talk about CPI, but how can you find it? How can you see everything happening? This is on this website. So you have Forex Factory, and here you have a calendar. So today we are the 15th. Yesterday's news was at 2:30 p.m. our time, Central Eastern time. So for the people in America, it's somewhere around 8:30. Um, 6 hours before that. So it will be 8:30 in the morning that this happens. But what is important right here? Something I learned. So we have four catalysts right here. So core CPI yearly, monthly, and yearly. So the previous was 0.2, forecast 0.2, we went lower. Again, same thing, 2.9, 2.8, we went lower. 0.5 minus 0.1, we went lower. 4.2, 3.8, we went lower. So the red numbers mean that it's not good for the currency. If it's not good for the currency, it mostly is good for risk assets like crypto. And we saw it directly. How can you know that's not good for the currency? Actual greater than forecast is good for the currency. Actual greater than 3.8%. It's not that. We have lower numbers. So this is a good thing for currency. So why was the move so big? Because all four news events came in lower than expected, which is a good sign for also rate hikes, because many of us said we will have rate hikes by the end of July. But that depends on the news we are having today. So again, 2:30, keep an eye out on this. So 1.1%, we are expecting 0%, and here 0.4, we're expecting 0.3%. Actual grade and forecast is good for the currency. So if we come minus, let's say 0.2, and here 0%, then again, we could see another shift in price. So we could go up higher. But if this shifts to the upside, we will see a move downwards, in my opinion. This is, of course, not financial advice, but this is how it works. News is important in the markets. Is it something I'm always focusing on? No, not at all. I was just looking at it and I was happy it happened, because inflation now, in my opinion, will be picking up again on the next report. I think the next report will be somewhere in August. Let's go and have a look where we see it. If it's on the same day, yes, it's on a Wednesday. So here we see August 12th, we will see new numbers coming in. So let's keep an eye out on that as well. I will be making the YouTube video on Wednesday, so maybe I can do it not live, but the numbers will be almost there because I always make the videos in the morning. So that being said, CPI inflation went down big time, and that also affects this. So this is the rate hikes, the interest rates, rate hikes or rate cuts, or remaining the same. So as we can see, current target is 350, 375. We have 83% that we remain there. And here we have 16% that we have a rate hike on July, the end of July. I don't see the date exactly. Here we have it, 29th of July. Just know, yesterday, before the inflation numbers, this was way higher. I think it was somewhere around 30% and it went down. So let's see. Maybe this is also something to remind, 83% after the news that will happen right here. Um, right here, core PPI. If this is lower or higher, we will see a shift on these numbers. If it remains the same, of course, the numbers, then this will also remain somewhat the same. I know yesterday evening I looked at it and it was a little bit higher. It was 86% and 13%, so it went up a little bit. So let's see where this brings us. But again, if we look at the markets, this went up big time. If we go to Ethereum, same thing happened. If we go from 230, somewhere around here, we went up almost 6%. XRP, Ripple, we went up almost 5%. Solana, we went up almost, again, 5% in my opinion. So these are the numbers to keep an eye out. Okay, make sure that you know what you're doing. Of course, don't just invest because I say if the news is positive, we will go up. No, make sure we see confirmations, because right now I don't see the confirmation yet. Yes, I'm on the 30 minutes, but I'm going on the daily time frame. If we look at the daily time frame, this is the high, this is the low, this is the new high. So if we break below this, we will see a continuous trend, so to the downside. But if we break this level, or even now this level, we could get to the upside. So make sure that you know what you're doing. I'm doing this in House of Investing, market analysis. I'm teaching it to the people on my Monday session. I learned them about making sure you have a plan into the space, because that's also really important. And especially right now, because we are so low, maybe we won't be that low for years, maybe for ages, never again. So again, Bitcoin is somewhere around 65K. This is a really nice number. Can we go down? Yes. Can we go up? Also, yes. Just remember, we are in a bear market. This is quite clear. High, low, high, low, high, low. Is this the lowest that we will get? Let's see. That's something I cannot predict. I'm just looking at this level and where the news is. Also, just a reminder, Clarity Act is also coming closer and closer, and they are voting, in my opinion, in the week of the 20th. So this is next week. So let's see what it brings. But this is really aligning. Adam, I'm not saying it will be approved, but if we are, or if the Clarity Act gets approved, then maybe it will be getting to Trump somewhere in August. Just know in September, October, we are at the end of the bear market. So this would mean that everything is aligning with the Clarity Act approved into law. Then we could see the new move to the upside. Again, this is a level that I'm still interested in. Let's see if we get there, 50 to 54K. But don't just wait until we get to these levels. Again, in House of Investing, I talk about it a lot. I make sure the people are invested with things that they can afford. Of course, they are willing to lose. So if you want more information, click on the link below. It's in the description, House of Investing on School. And also, if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe as well. And maybe also put on a notification bell, because every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I drop new videos and you will get a small notification on your YouTube channel or on your YouTube from that. Thank you all for being here. Have an amazing Wednesday and see you all again on Friday. Bye bye.